Welcome to another episode of Amazing Individuals, where we talk to individuals with intellectual disabilities and the people that support them. Today, I'm going to be joined by a former USALC member, Billy Seidle. And I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Hi, Billy. Welcome to our show.
No, thank you, Lisa, for inviting me onto your show, and I can't wait to talk with you as always.
Yeah. So Billy is a Special Olympics athlete from New York, and is also the Mid Atlantic representative for the United States Athlete Leadership Council. Billy, can you tell our listeners where you're from and what sports you compete in?
Sure, I'm from New Rochelle, New York, which is, for those of you who don't know, I live about an hour away from New York City, so it's an easy 45-minute train ride from here. The sports I compete in right now are softball, snowshoeing, which is basically tennis rackets on your feet, and pentathlon, which is 800-meter run, 100-meter run, shot put, long jump, high jump, and softball. And then I do unified bowling with either my folks who are also Special Olympic coaches.
And what's your favorite sport to compete in?
It's got to be softball because I've
Yeah.
done softball all my life, and the coach I am currently with has known me since I was like 14, 15, so she knows how I play and everything like that. And plus, I have my dad as my coach, so it kind of works out perfectly.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, it helps when family members are part of it. So,
Oh, yeah,
um, so
tremendously.
yeah. Have you gone to any like big competitions with your sports, like being like the on the world stage or the USA Games or anything?
Yeah, yeah, no, 2007. Yeah, 2007, I went to Shanghai, China as part of the Team USA and got third. Never been outside of the U.S., so that was interesting being in a foreign country for 3 weeks. So I enjoyed it very much.
Was there a couple of highlights that you like to share going to China then before the pandemic?
Oh, just right, yeah. Well, it was 2007, so it was, I'd never been to China before, so being in a foreign country and everything like that was so surreal because I've never been out of the country for a few weeks. So it was nice because China's totally different from where we are right now, but most of them, opened their arms. They had like what they call host towns. So we were able to sit in with the host family, so they allowed us in their homes and everything like that. So it was nice, and we got third. We were in division like one or two. I don't remember. It was one of those divisions, but we got third, and beautiful and everything.
That's great. So that sounds like a nice experience. So besides being an athlete, you were also an athlete leader like myself. What made you want to be an athlete leader in the first place?
Well, I didn't know I was going to be an athlete leader because I first started Special Olympics in '99 when my parents found Special Olympics to us older people, which is a phone book. So my parents found
Mm-hmm.
Special Olympics in a phone book, and around 2013, 2014, the people running my region and the people at the staff office up in Albany, New York, where Special Olympics New York is, said, try athlete leadership, you know? And they said, I think it'll be good for you, you know? It could take you places. I said, I'll give it a shot. And look how far it's gotten me. It's gotten me to all of these councils I'm on. Right now, I'm about six right now, so I'm like, I want to do more in Special Olympics, but I have my parents who are also my coaches saying, don't spread yourself too thin and everything like that. So I'm like, I want to do more stuff, and I know there's always more stuff to do.
Right, and I'm the same way where I always I want to do as much as I can with Special Olympics, but the problem is where do you don't want
Yeah,
to also commit to like everything, so where do you draw the line, because
right. Yeah, no, my parents said that too. And also in Special Olympics in New York, I gotten to know that you know it can close on you with athlete leadership and
Mhm.
everything like that. So I always say yes to everything because you
Mhm.
never know that it might not be calling you back again. And I've said yes to everything, and I'm sure there's more I don't even know.
Right, right, right. I mean, yeah, there's, like, I didn't even, until I went to Germany, I didn't even know there was a global, athlete leadership council, I didn't
Oh,
even know
wow,
there
I
was
thought you knew.
this.
I thought you
Yeah,
knew
so, well, yeah, that's
being
the
on
thing
like
that,
all the other ones. I thought you knew.
well, not until I got involved with USLC, ALC,
Right.
and then when I went to, then that's how I found out. So, but yeah, I mean, but there's a, yeah, like you said, there's a whole bunch, and then even here in the U.S., I mean, there's committees that you would even have never thought there was that we could belong to, and I know that's one of the big pushes now is to get us more involved and to be in like more of an athlete led movement,
Right, right.
so hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. So in that process. So
Hopefully,
um,
hopefully.
yeah. So you're on the USALC like I am. What does being a member of that council mean to you?
Well, the interesting part was when I first got a hold of this from my mentor. She's like, "Go try it, see what happens." And the hilarious thing, Lisa, is you don't know about this, is that I got declined at first.
Oh no, I heard about that when
So I got declined about it at first. I said, okay. And then all of a sudden, like 3 weeks later, oh, by the way, one interview. I'm like, okay, you declined me. You told me no. And my file's going all the way to the bottom of the pile. I'm like, okay, might as well go for it. And a couple people that I've networked with put in a good word for me. And the interesting thing about it is that I am the only one from New York to ever be on this council. So I'm like in the history of like athlete leadership nationally in New York because no one else is on it.
yeah, I think I'm. I don't know, but I think I'm the only one from Illinois that's ever been on it as well. So um, so hopefully that'll change, but
Right.
but I think there's a whole bunch of states that don't even either know that we exist or that just haven't had a chance to have athletes you know um, be involved with it yet. So
Right. Yeah. No. Same here. Same here. I mean, I didn't even know about it, and at first, they're asking me all these questions, and then you guys interview. Well, at first, when I got it, this is an interesting story, and you'll probably like this. All that was like 10 questions, 11 felt like
yeah,
30,
yeah,
felt like 30 questions, and I'm like, can you do this? Can you do that? Have you ever been an athlete leader? I'm like, yeah. And then no. I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm getting an acceptance letter from this one. And then all of a sudden, a person that we know quite well, whose husband is the CEO of Connecticut, put in a good word for me because she networked on my ALC in New York, and I got in that way, and it's been a nice ride with you guys, and can't wait for it to be more.
well, thank you. Yeah, Nora's really nice, and she's really good about advocating for people that she believes in.
Right.
Um, so yeah. So, besides being a member of the USALC, you as well as myself have been selected as being part of the 2026 USA Games Athlete Advisory Council. Why did you want to be on that council, and why was it important to you?
I always wanted to try new things in Special Olympics, including this, because when I first got the guidelines and everything like that, they wanted someone familiar with USA Games and who's been to USA Games. I never been. I've always been there as I went there 2014 as a spectator because I had some friends down there that I knew, and I've never been to USA Games. I've been to the World Games, but never as a spectator. And I have a good friend of mine who's on it, um, who's an athlete board member slash council member who's on it, who's stuck with me on four other councils named Will Smith, and I'm sure he'll like the name drop. um,
Okay.
you know, is also on this, and then it's you, me, Sean, and Travis. Man, I got that right. So it's nice because me and Will are in New York with are on like four other councils. So, and at least you know we're the only two from New York on this. No one else is. So it's, another history thing because, I thought, they were only looking for people that are familiar with USA games. And when I got the acceptance, my mentor, Stacy Ader, sent me the acceptance letter. She's like, "You got it." I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." Does this mean hopefully we get to go to Minnesota? I have no idea. You don't know
I
that yet?
don't think so. I
Yeah.
asked that. So on my onboarding, I asked that. Just so I could tell. First of all, so I could tell my coach if I was
Right.
ever in the running or whatever. But when I asked, they said no. That's not a guaranteed thing that we're going. But I think that's something that you and I and whoever should maybe advocate for. Is saying, hey, I think the council should be going and be part of the games.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I just don't. I know our first meeting isn't until January and everything like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah,
I don't want to step on anyone's toes or anything like that. That's the thing because I don't want to like
right.
put my foot in my mouth.
Right. No, and I get that because yeah, so like you're saying that you have a fellow board member on there, from New York. There's an athlete from Illinois that's on our, he's the co-chair of our. We have it's called an athlete leadership team, but it's kind of like the athlete leadership council,
Right, right.
but it's just five of us that kind of they turn to for advice, and so he's on there. But so I'm looking forward to working with him again. But why, I like you. I wanted to. I was surprised I was gonna get it too because I've never competed at a USA Games either.
Never.
Um,
Wow. I
no,
thought I thought
so
you
I didn't.
being in Special Olympics all these years. I thought, wow. Okay, that's something new I learned.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we went to USA Games in 2022, but that was only because we got to do our podcast there. So, and
Right.
we got to do the media stuff, and then I went to Germany. But yeah, I had never gone before then. So I was surprised that they were gonna pick me as well. But I think it's good that, in my view, and I don't know if you agree, but in my view, I think it's good for us to be on there because working with us as the USALC, I think that's would be the best. Not that Sean's not good at communicating well,
Right.
than what they do, but I think it's good to work with the whole council and work with more than just one person, so that they can get a feedback and all that stuff, and they
Oh,
can run.
exactly. I agree with you totally. Instead of one person reporting, you could hear all of us reporting, give our reporting on what's happening. Like I don't know,
Right.
most of these people have been on it for like a year, and
Mm-hmm.
you, me, and Travis are just getting our feet wet with this. So
Right. Right.
so they've done this for like a year, and we're just getting in. So
Right, right. But and from what my teammate or my fellow council members said, you know, they haven't had that many meetings yet. So it sounds like they're gonna start having more meetings in January. So, and when we need to, we have what is it? Probably another year until and that's gonna go by fast. So
right, yeah, no, I mean it's already December already, and
yeah,
it's
almost yeah.
second to last week of November.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, we can make a good impact, and and hopefully, at least, we can make good, good, inclusive for all. Not just the athletes, but also everybody involved too. So.
Oh yeah, no, totally, totally. Because I have something. I can also report something back to the my statewide ALC. Because the interesting part of my statewide ALC, which I forgot to mention earlier, is that I'm on the Health Council for Special Olympics New York. I am on the local council here in the Hudson Valley region, and I'm an emeritus on the statewide ALC. So me being on the US ALC kind of gives me that conduit, so I can report to the statewide people on what's happening and everything like that. And I'm on it for another year. So
Oh, well, congratulations. So, could you kind of describe so that some of our listeners might not know what your job as an emeritus is on the USALC?
yeah, you mean on the statewide ALC for New
Yes,
York?
on it. Yes, statewide. I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, that's all right. Yeah, so I was the first ever chairman for Special Olympics New York for the statewide ALC, and with that was you're going to be an emeritus, which is being a mentor to the next class.
Hmm.
And I thought it would be a 2-year term, and then I'm done there. kicking me out and someone else comes in, but it just so happens that my mentor put me on the Mid-Atlantic Council, and I got in that way, staying on the council, and now I'm on the USALC with you.
That's good. And that see to me it was like that just shows how much they value your leadership and stuff. And when people come up to me, I don't know if they ever come up to you, but when some of my teammates or whoever come up to me and say, how do I get to where you're at? I'll say, well, you have to kind of earn your way up, but you also have to, tell people that you want to move up and what your goals are. I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have one of the person who's going to be the new emeritus person who's also on the board of directors, and she's asking, I want to get to where you are and everything like that. I said, lots of hard work. You got to work with everyone, and you got to talk to the right people and everything like that, and you got to earn your spot.
Exactly. So besides being busy with Special Olympics, I know you're also a big sports fan. Um, Only because you guys, that's what when I get on our calls, that's what you and Raymond are talking about all the time.
Right.
But which is fine. So, but what is your favorite sport and what is your favorite team?
Ooh, I got multiple. So for baseball, I'm a big Washington Nationals fan. Yes, that's right. Even though I live in New York, I don't like the Mets and I don't like the Yankees. For football, I am a Giants fan, not a Jets fan. Even though what's happening with their season right now with Rodgers not doing good and the and the coach got fired. So, but the hilarious thing is my dad was born and raised in Queens, so he's a hardcore Jets fan and a hardcore Mets fan. Living in Queens and seeing the good old days with Joe Namath and the '69 Mets and everything like that. So, and the '73 Mets and '86 Mets. So my dad is a big Mets fan and Jets fan. College football, I'm actually a Miami Hurricanes fan. I'm all over the place with these. And hockey, I'm a Florida Panther fan. And, I'm big in sports and everything like that. So whenever I see them on TV, like whenever I'm not working, I see them because I don't know when they're going to come on TV again. I mean, especially what's happening with Miami. I mean, they're doing pretty good now in college football in their rankings and everything like that, and heading to the playoffs. I mean, I feel sorry for Northwestern and everything like that of what's happening with them, but it's going to be a good college football season, and the Giants, they're not doing well, but it's always next year with the draft and everything like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to tell you the truth, even though we follow Northwestern because we're literally right across the street from the campus, but with football's, I grew up being a hard nosed Illinois fan.
Okay.
The majority of my family went to Illinois, so that's kind of where my loyalty lies. So yeah,
That's
so
interesting, especially being across the street from the Northwestern campus.
so I moved here to go to school, back to go to school, and then I just stayed here. So, and it just so happened it was at Northwestern. So, because but like I said, the majority of my family went to
Right.
Illinois. I mean, there was a few of them that had broken with it, but yeah.
Have you seen the new stadium, the new stadium, or how they're building the stadium over there?
Yeah,
Is
so
that far?
yeah, so they're still building in the construction phase, but they built the stadium they were playing in this
Right.
season, and they'll do it next season. They did a really good job, so it seems like they took care of it, and they did a really good job. So like the next two games they're playing at Wrigley, and then so like last week they played Ohio State and they lost, but they played at Wrigley. But yeah, but it seems to be doing really it looks like it's going to be nice, and it's claiming to be the most accessible stadium in the world. So
Are you gonna eventually go and hopefully get some
yeah,
tickets?
yeah. So
You see them
because
when the
hopefully
stadium's built?
yeah, hopefully we'll have a partnership with our sports team, so that we'll hopefully be able to use it for some stuff. So
Right. No, I mean, especially being right there, even though the winters can be brutal over there where you are. I mean, I know where their current stadium is right now, which is an interim stadium. It's right on the lake, so I'm sure it's very cold.
Most definitely. Besides Special Olympics, what are some other things that you like to do?
How much time we got? Oh God, a lot. I mean, a few years ago in 2021, because that's why I said how much time we got with this.
Right.
In 2021, Special Olympics New York, Special Olympics during the pandemic in New York here thought of gaming, which was esports,
Hmm.
and what we did was Rocket League, which was one of the games here. And then when Special Olympics and Xbox formed a collaboration called Gaming for Inclusion, I was the first ever Rocket League champion alongside with my partner who lives in Illinois was Evan. I don't know if you probably know him. Evan Pinkham, something like that.
I might. His name sounds familiar to me for some
Right.
reason.
So he was my partner, and we won the first ever Rocket League championship, Gaming for Inclusion in 2021. So I've been a gaming fan ever since then. And then last year, I was a shoutcaster, which is basically a broadcaster for esports, and went to New York City, which was a short drive from my neck of the woods, and took us to beautiful the Microsoft world, and learned how to be a shoutcaster for a week, and learned everything of, how to call the game, how to announce a game, where you stay in the game, for Rocket League. So we did that last year. Then went to Los Angeles to do the celebrity showcase last year in Los Angeles for a quick 3 day trip, but it was beautiful.
Mhm.
So I'm a big gamer. So the games I right now, since Microsoft, I gotta say thank you to Microsoft and their thing with the Special Olympics. So right now, I play all around games: Rocket League, Madden, baseball. I'm a big Call of Duty guy, even though I don't do good in Call of Duty. So
I tried that game. For some reason I just couldn't understand it. But we're more into sports games anyway. So we like what is I think the one we played the most is we haven't done it in a while, but is MLB.
I'm gonna be a show. Yeah.
That especially now that they've kind of not just done it for PlayStation. So now that they have it for both, we that's the one we usually we usually do. And so yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. So I play MLB The Show, and I actually, during a week, I have, some Special Olympic athletes are also my friends in my inner circle that I play with. So we play a bunch of games. And the Special Olympics New York, we're trying to have a game night here, like, well, you guys do in Illinois with your esports. So we're trying to do that for our thing here in New York. Excuse me. So we're trying to do that here. And, so I'm a big esports fan, so I play a bunch of games and everything like that. I'm also a huge wrestling fan. A very huge wrestling fan. So I kind of blame my dad for that. But
Do you like the new wrestling, or the old wrestling?
both.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Both. So I have,
'Cause I know my husband likes the old ones, old
which
style.
one? Which one's from the old
Like Hulk
wrestling?
Hogan and who else? Ric Flair and who else is he like? He's like Bret Hart
Oh,
and
Brett.
oh yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. So huge wrestling from the old days and new days. Bret Hart.
Mhm.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Of course, the guy
Mhm.
that's most famous now from everything now, The Rock.
Right.
Andre the Giant, Ric Flair. You know, the Four Horsemen. All the old school stuff. So I have all the magazines, and I actually have Peacock and YouTube. So between the both of them, I got all my wrestling stuff right there, and
Right.
I have my wrestling magazines from Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So between that and everything like that, so I'm a huge wrestling fan. I'm a huge gaming fan, and everything
That's
like
cool.
that.
That's cool. That sounds great. So, well, thank you so much, Billy, for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Um, so, like I said, that wraps up another episode of Amazing Individuals. Before I end, I would like to invite everybody to check out our new website, which is on podpage.com/amazingindividuals. because there you can learn a little bit more about, Kurt and myself, as well as listen to and watch more great episodes like this one. Hope everyone has a great rest of your week and a nice weekend, as well as a nice Thanksgiving. And remember that people with intellectual disabilities can accomplish whatever they want with the right support.